Let's be honest. There's a moment, a very specific moment, when a woman secretly wants you, and she won't say it, she won't text it, but her mind, her body, her very presence screams it louder than words ever could. You see, desire isn't always spoken. Often it's hidden in the tiny, almost imperceptible actions that only a man paying attention can see. Most men miss it. They think they're being subtle or that attraction is obvious. But the truth is, desire is a game of shadows and signals, and women play it with an instinctual, almost feral precision. Here's what most men fail to understand. When she secretly wants you, it's not about flattery, it's about a pull, a magnetic force she can't control. Her gaze lingers longer than it should, her laughter has an edge to it that's different around you, and her voice changes when she's around you. It softens, deepens, flirts without a word. These are subtle, but they're not accidental. She's signaling without signaling, giving you clues while keeping her power intact. And let's get something straight. She's not doing this because she's confused or manipulative. She's doing it because she's evaluating. Every action, every touch, every slight smile is part of a deeper subconscious test, one that decides whether you are worth her attention, worth her vulnerability. Women don't give their desire lightly. It's earned, observed, measured, and it's far more revealing than anything she could ever text you in a message. You might notice her texting you first, then retreating. Or she might ignore your texts for days, only to appear suddenly impossible to forget. This push and pull is not cruelty, it's instinct. Her brain is calculating, her heart is assessing, and her body is telling the truth before her mind even allows it. You see, attraction is primal, it bypasses logic, and when a woman wants you badly, even secretly, every micro-expression, every breath, every subtle movement is calibrated to draw you in without exposing the depth of her desire too early. So how do you spot it? You look for moments that feel off, not uncomfortable, not awkward, but moments that seem almost electric. When she catches your eyes across a room and holds your gaze a beat too long. When she touches her hair, her neck, her lips in ways that feel intentional. When she laughs at things you barely said, but the laughter isn't casual. It's meant to pull you closer. These are all signals of hidden desire. And here's the psychological kicker. Women want men who notice these things, men who can read between the lines. She's testing your perception, your confidence, your awareness. If you miss it, the moment passes. If you see it, if you respond subtly but confidently, you step into a space of power where her desire shifts from hidden to undeniable. Now let me ask you this. Think of the last time a woman acted distant, then suddenly magnetic around you. Did you recognize it, or did you let it slip? Hold that thought, because the next revelation is going to change how you see every interaction from now on. Women are wired differently when it comes to desire. And when she secretly wants you, her mind is running a silent, relentless calculation. Every glance, every word, every hesitation is loaded with meaning, whether you notice it or not. The psychology behind this is fascinating because women don't just feel desire, they measure it. They measure your confidence, your presence, your energy, and how you respond to the subtle tests she places in your path. Here's the truth. When a woman is drawn to you, she doesn't just tell you. She shows you in ways that require perception, attentiveness, and emotional intelligence to decode. That casual touch on your arm, the way she laughs at your jokes even when they're not funny, the way she mirrors your movements unconsciously. These are signals of a subconscious pull. Her brain releases chemicals when she's near someone she wants. Dopamine, oxytocin, and adrenaline spike subtly. It's why she feels giddy, why her heartbeat changes, why she can't help but lean in slightly. But if you're not aware, you might mistake this for friendliness, or worse, miss it entirely. Women are experts at concealment. Desire is vulnerable, and vulnerability is dangerous. She cannot risk exposing it too openly until she's certain you're worth it. That's why she plays this quiet game of testing boundaries. She wants to see if you notice the little things, if you pick up on cues she can't voice. She's observing whether your confidence is natural, whether your presence commands attention, and whether your emotional intelligence matches hers. If you pass this unspoken test, she will amplify every signal until it's undeniable. And it's not just about attraction, it's about control and safety. She wants to feel the tension, the pull, without feeling exposed. When she's secretly longing for you, she creates these micro moments of desire, lingering eye contact that makes your stomach flip, a touch that seems incidental but isn't, a smile that holds more than it reveals. Every movement is intentional, yet subtle. The game is to see if you catch it, because the moment you do, the dynamic changes. Suddenly, she's no longer in full control. Your awareness shifts the balance. Now imagine this from a man's perspective. Most men misinterpret these signals. They see a laugh, a touch, a glance and think it's casual, or worse, they overcompensate with overt attention that kills the tension. The truth is, she wants you to notice without overreacting. She wants intrigue, challenge, and presence. The men who succeed are those who can silently read her cues, respond with calm confidence, and let desire build naturally. This is the psychological lever she's pulling, testing not just attraction, but emotional maturity and awareness. So the question becomes, can you recognize the difference between casual friendliness and subtle, secret desire? Can you read the invisible signals she sends and respond in a way that elevates your presence rather than diminishes it? Understanding this is the first step to entering a space where desire is no longer hidden. It becomes a shared tension, a magnetic pull that neither of you can ignore. Think back to the last time a woman's behavior made your heart race, but you weren't sure why. That was desire speaking, even if she didn't say a word. Recognizing it is half the battle. Acting on it wisely is where the power lies. When a woman secretly wants you, her actions betray her far more than her words ever could. Words are easy to control, easy to manipulate, but the body doesn't lie. Every movement, every glance, every micro-expression is an unconscious signal of desire, and if you're paying attention, you'll start seeing patterns that most men completely miss. The first sign is subtle yet powerful: eye contact. When she wants you, her gaze doesn't just meet yours, it lingers. She looks at you longer than necessary, sometimes almost uncomfortably long, and then quickly glances away. That split-second hesitation is not nervousness, it's desire. It's her mind wrestling with the intensity of attraction while trying to maintain control. Men often underestimate how much a prolonged gaze can communicate. It's primal, magnetic, and almost impossible to fake. Next, notice the way she moves around you. There's a shift in energy, a rhythm that changes when she's secretly drawn to someone. She might unconsciously mirror your posture or gestures, subtly aligning herself to your energy. It's not imitation, it's connection at a subconscious level. Mirroring is a deep psychological indicator of interest. When you see it, it's like the universe is quietly telling you she's emotionally engaged, even if her words remain guarded. Touch is another powerful signal. It doesn't have to be overt. It might be her hand brushing yours when passing an object, a casual tap on the shoulder, or even lingering hugs. These moments are calculated by her subconscious brain to gauge your reaction. She wants to see if you reciprocate, if you notice, and if your confidence remains steady. Overreacting or underreacting can either ruin the subtle tension or make it stronger, depending on how you respond. Then there's the laughter, the kind that comes from deep inside. Not the polite chuckle, not the social filler, but a laugh that feels warm, intimate, and slightly flirty. She laughs at your quirks, even the ones that don't seem funny, because her attraction makes the mundane feel exciting. This laughter is like a beacon. It signals pleasure, comfort, and hidden desire all at once. Even her voice changes. When she's around someone she secretly wants, her tone may deepen, soften, or carry a subtle musicality. Certain words are emphasized, pauses linger longer, and her sentences might trail off in ways that feel intentional. This isn't conscious, it's the body broadcasting what the mind is too cautious to speak. And finally, pay attention to the little accidents. The fidgeting, the hair playing, the light touches on her lips or neck. These small movements are almost impossible to fake consistently. They indicate arousal, anticipation, and interest. When you notice them, it's a clear sign she's emotionally and physically drawn to you, even if she hasn't said a word. Here's the thing most men fail to grasp. Desire isn't loud. It's quiet, measured, and cunning. Women who secretly want you will send signals that only a man with patience, awareness, and emotional intelligence can interpret. If you learn to recognize these signs and respond with calm, confident energy, you step into a magnetic space where desire shifts from hidden to undeniable. Now, think about the last woman whose actions seemed inconsistent. Friendly one moment, intensely engaging the next. Those were the signals at play. Did you see them? Did you respond? Or did you let the opportunity slip? When a woman secretly wants you, she's not just sending signals, she's testing you. Every glance, every touch, every subtle action is also a challenge to see if you measure up. She wants to know if your confidence, your presence, and your emotional strength match her own intensity. And most men never notice they're being tested. They either panic, overcompensate, or miss it entirely. These tests are rarely obvious. She won't ask you directly if you're worth it. Instead, she'll create situations where your response reveals your character. Maybe she teases you in a playful way, seeing if you can take it without losing composure. Maybe she disappears from conversation for a moment to see if you chase or remain calm. Maybe she subtly contradicts or challenges you just to watch how you react. Every move is a quiet probe into your psyche, measuring whether your masculinity is authentic or fragile. And here's what's crucial. She's not testing for arrogance or dominance. She's testing for stability. A man who knows himself, who owns his emotions, who can hold space without needing validation, that's irresistible. The tests aren't traps, they're opportunities. They're chances to demonstrate presence, composure, and emotional intelligence. Pass the test and her attraction deepens. Fail and the signals fade, often without her ever explaining why. Notice the micro-expressions when she tests you. Does she smile slightly, waiting to see if you notice the nuance? Does she maintain eye contact even as she challenges you? Does her tone shift, almost teasingly, when she pushes boundaries? These are all subtle ways she measures your reactions. She's looking for calm assertiveness, not aggression, emotional strength, not rigidity, confidence, not neediness. The men who respond correctly become magnetic, those who don't fade into invisibility. There's another layer, unpredictability. She might seem warm and distant in alternating moments, not to confuse you, but to gauge how adaptable you are. Can you maintain your composure when she's inconsistent? Can you stay centered when the tension escalates? These tests reveal more about your inner strength than any direct interaction could. And here's the key. The stronger your presence, the more irresistible you become, because desire thrives in the space of confidence. Most men fail because they react to the tests instead of observing and responding intentionally. She's not asking for validation, she's assessing energy, control, and awareness. If you can respond subtly, with calm certainty, the tension she's created transforms into undeniable attraction. Desire at this level is almost magnetic. It's a pull neither of you can ignore. Now reflect. How do you handle subtle challenges? Do you crumble under pressure, overcompensate, or maintain composure and awareness? Your answer determines whether her secret desire will ever fully surface. Understanding this is the difference between fleeting attention and magnetic connection. When a woman secretly wants you, her desire isn't just in the way she looks at you or touches you, it's in the way she reacts to your presence, your energy, and your actions. She's drawn to certain behaviors instinctively, almost subconsciously, and these are the things that make her want you even more, without her fully realizing why. Understanding this is crucial because most men overthink attraction while ignoring what truly ignites desire. The first behavior that drives her wild is calm confidence. Not arrogance, not showiness, but the ability to hold your ground in any situation. She notices men who can walk into a room and command attention without needing to prove anything. She notices men who speak with authority but listen with curiosity. She notices men whose energy isn't scattered by neediness or insecurity. Calm confidence is magnetic because it signals emotional stability, strength, and reliability, the foundation of desire. Next, she is drawn to emotional intelligence. Women are wired to detect emotional patterns instantly, and when a man demonstrates awareness of his own feelings and hers without being overbearing, it's irresistible. This isn't about solving every problem or saying the right thing. It's about presence, observation, and subtle validation. A simple nod, a soft laugh, a brief acknowledgement of her mood or energy. It tells her that you see her and that recognition stirs desire at a deeper level than words ever could. Humor is another silent attractor. Not jokes for the sake of humor, but playful, confident teasing, clever remarks, and the ability to lighten tension. When a man makes her feel mentally stimulated and entertained simultaneously, her attraction spikes. She associates your presence with positive emotion, which her brain translates into desire. A smile becomes deeper, a gaze lingers longer, and small touches feel electric because they are tied to the pleasure you evoke. Physical presence is subtle but critical. The way you carry yourself, posture, gestures, proximity, even the tone of your voice, speaks louder than words. When you move with purpose, when your energy fills a space without dominating it, she feels drawn instinctively. It's primal chemistry. Her brain recognizes strength and calm assurance, and it triggers attraction automatically. Finally, the ability to create tension is key. Desire thrives on subtle push and pull, on moments that tease the mind and stir the imagination. When you respond with measured restraint instead of immediate gratification, she experiences the thrill of anticipation. That tension builds intensity, turning hidden interest into undeniable desire. She may not even consciously understand why she feels it. She only knows she can't resist your presence. Here's the ultimate truth. She wants a man who notices, who responds with awareness, and who balances strength with subtlety. When you embody these qualities, desire becomes inevitable. Her signals intensify, her actions become more magnetic, and what was once hidden becomes unavoidable. Now, reflect for a moment. In your last interactions, did you notice when she lingered, smiled, or teased in ways that went beyond casual attention? Did you respond with calm awareness, or did you miss the chance? Understanding this behavior is the key to unlocking a level of attraction that most men never experience. Now that you understand her hidden signals, her silent tests, and the behaviors that ignite her desire, it all comes down to one thing: your awareness and action. Desire isn't something she hands over, it's something you unlock. And the moment you see what she's communicating beneath the surface, your presence transforms from ordinary to magnetic, and her secret longing can no longer hide. Here's the reality most men never grasp. Women don't just want a good listener, a funny guy, or a charming smile. They want a man who sees beyond the obvious, who recognizes the subtle language of attraction, and who responds without overcomplicating it. The men who succeed in stirring hidden desire are not trying harder. They are observing, understanding, and embodying presence. They command attention without demanding it. They create tension without pressure, and they notice what most men overlook. That's irresistible. When she secretly wants you, her signals intensify in response to your subtle power. She leans in slightly when you speak. Her gaze lingers longer. Her touches become more frequent yet delicate. Her laughter deepens, and her energy mirrors yours. Every small action is amplified because she senses your awareness. She may never explicitly say, "I want you," but her behavior leaves no room for doubt. Her desire is undeniable to the man who knows how to see it. But there's a test even beyond the signs, beyond the cues. The ultimate challenge is this: can you stay present without overreacting? Can you allow her desire to build naturally without chasing or forcing it? Can you maintain your own energy, your own calm, your own masculinity, while she plays this silent game of push and pull? Master this, and you enter a space where attraction becomes a natural law. Desire is no longer hidden. It's electric, mutual, and intoxicating. Here's something to think about. The last time a woman acted distant, then magnetic, did you notice her pull or miss it completely? Did you rise to the moment or let it pass? Your answer determines whether desire remains hidden or becomes undeniable. Every glance, every touch, every teasing laugh is a signal, and every signal is a door. The choice is yours. Will you walk through it or stay outside? So here's my challenge to you. Take a moment and think. How many times have you missed her signals without even realizing it? Take that number and reflect on how differently your interactions could change if you saw every subtle clue, every micro moment of desire, and responded with calm, confident awareness. I want you to put that number in the comments. Be honest with yourself and with me. If you're ready to step into that space of magnetic awareness, do 3 things right now. Like this video, subscribe for more insights into female psychology and attraction, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Because understanding hidden desire isn't just about attraction, it's about presence, awareness, and mastery. When you learn to see what others miss, you change the game entirely.